And there's a mute button. I didn't know I pushed. Okay. So, back to the Stepford Wives. Okay. Do I remember where we were?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about being perfect and stuff.
Okay, all right. Okay, so we're like talking Stepford Wives.
Yeah. If it were a perfect life, I love sleep. So for me, right. For me, the extra half hour of sleep or get up, I usually pick sleep, which is not my finest moment as like a parent or, and my husband goes to work at the butt crack of dawn. So,
Right.
I love him, but,
I'm getting up there.
no, it's bad.
Especially because you're a night owl.
Yeah, it's hard to get up at 4:30 when you're up till 2.
I mean, you could do it.
I could do it, but I don't know if I'd be able to do my job.
If you hadn't want to.
Yeah. Well, and I also would like to not fall asleep behind the wheel and die. So.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
So.
I could sleep for 23 hours, and if I tried to drive for an hour, I'd still fall asleep at the wheel and die. But I'm just...
You're built different.
Built different. We know this. Is that the theme?
Yes.
You know what? When I make our hoodies, I'm going to be like, Tara, built different.
Built different.
You need to come up with your catchphrase.
I don't got one.
Well, we're going to come up with one because mine's built different.
Yeah. So, in a perfect... I mean, what would your perfect morning be?
So, my perfect morning would be much like yours. I would get up. I would have my coffee in peace.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
While you...
Just let me have my coffee.
Yeah. Let me drink this whole
Don't be coming
glass.
at me.
This whole cup.
Just my creamer with a little bit of coffee, drink it.
Yeah, that weak ass coffee you like.
Shut up. Don't mess with my coffee time. Let me have my coffee. And then I would, make these little humans of mine. I was going to say something not okay that everybody else says, and that's okay. I'll say it eventually, but I'll start off nice. I would make them a nice breakfast. I don't know that I'd go as far as fresh fruit, but, I would definitely make them breakfast. Sorry, I had to signal my child that the game is on. Breakfast, wake them up all nicely, make sure that, clothes laid out. God, when you said that, I thought, oh, God.
Wouldn't that be an amazing, just to here are your pre-laid out clothes.
You know what is the perfect
matching
world for me?
Socks and all.
Oh, matching socks. But I got time for that shit. The perfect universe for me as far as clothes go is a family laundry room. A family closet.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
Here's the washer and dryer.
Yeah, and just...
Here's your dresser and your hanging here. Your dresser and your hanging here. You want your clothes? Come get them.
Yeah.
Then Mom don't got to haul baskets of shit all over.
I know.
I've figured out how to make it here.
Right, how to make it work.
Yeah.
So I will say, in our camper, we do a family. So in our camper, there is only one large closet.
Right.
That's all you have. And the camper we got has a very large closet in the main bedroom.
Right.
And so, we did it has its pros and its cons,
right.
I will say. But it is nice because I don't have to search for their dirty laundry in their bunkhouse and everywhere. So it's all right there and contained, and it works for me. Everyone else at our camp,
right,
fun, is like, that sounds like the worst idea ever. I would never. And I was like, well, that's the difference. Some people I think it's a great idea.
Right.
I wouldn't think that's negative in any way.
Yeah. I want to create an escape hatch through my laundry room to my office and totally remove that door.
Yeah.
Close that wall. Put it in a wall. So you get out of the shower, you go into the closet and find your clothes.
Yeah.
And put your clothes in the dirty clothes.
Scurry yourself back out and you're good.
God, that'd be great. Okay. Anyway, so back to the perfect morning. I digress.
Yeah.
Squirrel. My ADHD, it's real bitch. But their clothes would be ready. We wouldn't have to have the morning fight of, no, you can't wear that nice fancy button-up blouse with those swishy pants.
Yeah, that's not a look I was going for today. Yeah.
Because both of our kids are old enough. We aren't trying to dress them anymore.
But yeah, you have to direct. I mean, my older two, obviously, they're teenage girls. Teenage girls have
need no drugs.
They need none.
Except maybe to put more on.
But yeah. Usually it's add a layer, or put something underneath
a little
that.
length.
Yeah, let's wear something underneath that. That'd be great, and then you can wear it. But my son, 12 years old, there are days there, and I will tell, I'm not a perfect mom, and there are days he gets out and walks out of the car and towards his school, and I'll go, ooh,
I miss that.
That was he. And Abigail will just look at me and go, yeah, Mom, yeah. And I'm like, he was wearing a hoodie when ooh, that doesn't match, but it's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine, right? He'll be fine.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nobody died from the clothes they wore to school.
I know.
Not where we live.
No.
Maybe somewhere else, but not where we live.
And again, it's not like it's usually just because it's like mismatched pretty horrendously. Like he had camo pants on one day, and I don't remember what his shirt color was, but it definitely didn't go with camo pants. And I was like, oof, that's a look. But
Rocket. His friends probably thought it was the coolest thing ever.
Probably. I don't know.
12-year-old boys are dumb.
They're weird. I'll give you that.
Yeah, they are weird.
They are weird.
My perfect morning would also include some daily affirmation.
Nice.
Something as a mom to get ourselves going.
Okay.
Every morning I'd get on Facebook, I'd post an inspirational quote, I'd send it out to everybody on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Not just to remind them, but to remind myself.
Yeah.
And man, do I know that I'm not doing that anymore.
Right. You feel it.
I feel it. 1,000%. I'm definitely more, you have to expose yourself to positivity to be able to be positive on a regular basis.
Like smiles are contagious, that kind of jazz.
Exactly. And negativity breeds.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh, it does.
And that does not take as much work
no,
as the positive.
It doesn't.
You give me a positive thing, I'm going to be good for a minute.
But negative will spiral.
Pull back, but negative, whoosh. Yeah. It's
you can
a
live
hot
in
mess.
that. You can live in that.
Yeah. So it's some daily affirmations.
Nice.
In a perfect world, I'd also be like a journal kind of girl.
Oh yeah.
And a planner,
Yeah.
which we know I'm not. But a daily affirmation, little journal.
Little self-inspiration kind of.
Exactly.
Okay.
Little pick-me-up. Maybe some good time with the big man upstairs. I don't know.
Oh.
I probably need that in my life.
Yeah.
More than I do.
Right. That's not a negative. I don't think anybody would be like, oh no, that's not okay. That's a good thing.
I literally had a friend send me a screenshot of her calendar the other day. That on Monday, in the morning, early morning, she's going to pray for me. And then at the time my surgery is scheduled to start, she's going to pray for me again.
Aww.
I was like, literally, I'm on your calendar.
That's by the way, that's impressive also.
Right? You're going to put me on your calendar to make sure you remember to pray for me at the time that I'm going to need you to pray the most.
That is amazing. I'm not that organized.
No. I probably need some reminders.
I'll send you a good luck today text.
Right. And you'll send it 2 p.m. Surgery's over. I'm already halfway home. You'll be like, oh shit, I hope today went good.
I hope you're good.
How's your lady bits feeling? Yeah.
My bad.
So yeah, a little bit of positive affirmation. We'll get right with the Lord time. Nice. I think would be totally acceptable.
Yeah.
In a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Because then I'm getting myself in a better headspace to deal with the little humans.
Yeah.
Who do not wake up in a good headspace.
Yeah, with the chaos that will ensue in, anywhere 10 to 20 minutes of your life that you want to, leap out the window.
Yeah. So, we know what the perfect morning looks like. I'm excited to hear because you warned me that this is ingrained in your brain for life.
I will never forget this morning.
And Derek was a baby.
Derek was a baby.
12.
He's 12. And this morning is the morning that, burrowed in my brain and is I can never do this again.
Okay.
It is. So.
Worst case scenario. That's what this is.
This was the morning where it all fell apart. And my life fell apart with it. So Derek was a baby, mind you. When Derek was 2-3 months old, Abigail was a 1.5 years old. Ashlyn was 3.5.
Yeah, they were young. You were nuts.
Yeah. And then Zane would have been a third grader. So I'm getting Zane to school. I have to get Zane to school. I have all these little humans. I have to get ready to take them out. It's the middle of winter. I think it was like February-ish. And mind you, my husband, before I had Derek, we got a puppy. Buster. Well, so I don't know if you're aware, but having a newborn, a 1.5-year-old and a 3-year-old and a puppy and an 8-year-old, it can be a hard morning. So this particular morning, I wake up a little bit late. So I'm shoving cereal. I kind of know, like, okay, as long as Zane is ready, I am ready. So I just have to make sure all the rest of the humans are coming home with me. I had the day off from work.
Okay, perfect.
So I was like, as long as, you wake up a little late, you're a little flustered, but I knew as long as I get him going, life will be good. Okay. So I get everybody dressed and in warm clothes, and we're getting ready, and it's kind of a chaos, and he eats breakfast, and life is going, okay? So then I'm like, okay, we should have left 5 minutes ago. Weather's not great, but everybody get in the car. Okay, so I've got Ashlyn. In the midst of me grabbing Abigail, who is a toddler, she's just starting to walk, and me grabbing Derek's car seat, Buster gets out.
Shit.
And so, and he
was a runner.
He was a runner. Runner. And so I'm like, okay, do I go back in the house, get everybody back in the house? Do I put them in the car and hope I can get him? So I hustle everybody out to the car. I get Derek in his car seat. Mind you, by this time, Buster has ran across the street and pooped in the neighbor's lawn.
That was nice, though.
It was very sweet. Mind you, we haven't lived in this house but 6 months at this time.
So now we're just pissing neighbors off as the new people.
Oh, yeah.
Got
to
it.
the point where the neighbor, who it turns out she's a very lovely woman, but screams at me.
Oh, God.
Screams from across the street.
We're really wrapping up this bad morning. Okay. Yep.
Come get your
bleeping
dog. I have enough dog to clean up myself. I don't need to clean up your dogs. And I went, okay. By this time, I'm getting everybody in the car, and I'm like, and he had already pooped in their yard and then ran off. And so I'm going, okay, I really don't have time to go get him. So bad puppy parent, I drive my kid to school.
You know what? You want to go on an adventure, you're going to realize that in the middle of winter, an adventure is a bad idea.
Yeah. So I get him to school. He is late for school, which for me is tragic.
Worst thing ever. The worst thing I could have done as a parent is get him to school. So you thought at that time.
Exactly.
So what was Derek?
So I get back in the car after walking him in and having to say, okay, well, my morning, mind you, I'm in my pajamas at this point. I have not gotten time. I walk him in, I sign the little paper, I'm holding it together. I get out to the car and I bawl my eyes out, just crying hysterically.
Hold on, I want to visualize this. Did you have a bra on?
No!
It
was the worst. So I'm sitting in front of the school, bawling my eyes out, and my sweet, sweet daughter taps me on the shoulder and says, Mommy, it's okay.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, it's not okay. I'm a horrible mom. And by this time, I'm like, oh, the dog. I forgot about the dog.
Damn it, Buster.
So I get back home. I tell the kids to stay in the car, and they're all buckled in, and they're safe, and they're in the car. It was safer for them to be buckled in the car than haul them into the house and let them run amok. I walk. By this time, Buster is just hanging out on the front porch.
And he came back.
He knew what he was doing. He ain't no dummy. So I walk over. Mind you, again, we hadn't lived there very long. I didn't know the neighbors. I walk over there. This random man is standing in the driveway, and I'm sobbing, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, my dog pooped in your yard. And he looks at me and goes, I don't live here. And I was like, what? And he's like,
oh my God.
I just work with this guy. He's going to be out in a second if you want to cry to him. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my God.
So he comes out, and I'm like, I'm so sorry about my dog, and I was just trying to get my kids to school. And again, sobbing uncontrolled. Never met the man before.
And bro don't even know what's up.
He has no idea. And at the end of the day, again, we've all had those days where it piles up. And again, the woman next door is a very, very nice lady. She probably just didn't know that I was quite as stressed out as I was, and our dog was naughty.
Right. Oh, Buster was shit.
Buster, if you ask anybody who ever knew him, he was a naughty dog. I loved him dearly, but he was naughty. And so, at the end of the day, I don't super blame her. But when he just, like, looks at me and he's like, okay, have a nice day. And I was like, oh, okay. So I slump and I walk back to my house and I get my kids, and I probably cried for another hour or so.
Oh,
it was like the morning from hell. And the fact that, like, again, nobody knew. I don't think that, the front desk lady at school didn't know that my day just fell apart.
Right.
She was just like, oh, cool, why are you late? And I was like, I don't know why we're late. We're just late because I'm a bad mom.
I mean, we got to remember, you were like 20 at the time.
I would have been, 27?
Oh, Jesus. Okay, no, we can't go with that.
No, because it was Derek.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, back to Derek. What? Zane was late for school. Buster took off. What's up with Derek? You said there was something with Derek.
Oh, the reason that everything went is because, how babies, like, projectile poop up their entire backs?
Yeah.
That's why we were all late. That's why I forgot that part of the story. So, car seat, we've all been there, where you go to put your baby in the car seat, and then they projectile poop up their entire back into their hair. Yeah. So that's how we got to the frantic 5 minutes late.
Oh, okay.
Life is
okay.
That would do
cool.
it. Yes.
Not
So yeah,
cool.
that was my most traumatic experience as a mom.
No, get down.
And like I said, Derek was just a little baby, and Abigail was such, like, the fact that I had kids so close in age. You couldn't just go and do. You couldn't just go and do one thing. You had to, like, your little shoes. There was 3 little shoes to put on.
Right. Yeah. Bella.
We are interrupted momentarily by Bella. If you are listening, Bella is a lovely little 6-pound monster that decided she's a shit. Your microphone isn't on, so no one can hear you, Tara.
Oh, that's right. She's a shit poo.
She's a shit something. Oh.
How we doing, friends, on the Facebook land? I will totally
You're gonna do the things. You're gonna do the things.
I will edit this out. Yeah.
Okay, sounds
Bella, do you want to go on your cow? Yeah.
Maybe.
She's having a seizure. Okay. Yeah. I'll be right back, friends.
Time out. I don't know elevator music, otherwise I would sing it.
No. I don't lick me on the way to try to kiss my ass. You're gonna hang out there for a minute. And you keep it down, don't be all whining and stuff. I'm back, friends. I'm back and I got a bigger cat. What's that song? Okay. So we'll have to do some editing, and that's okay. It's actually pretty simple.
Oh, look at you go.
Yeah,
you know how to do it.
I take it back. First I try for 15 minutes and get real pissed off.
Yeah.
And then I figure out how it's done.
Oh, look at you go. So you're figuring it out.
Yeah, I'm getting there. So time out real quick for our Facebook friends that are watching. I see Jody's here. It's almost summertime, Jody. We're doing our podcast recording. We do it live here on the Facebook universe first, and then we actually publish it like on Monday nights. So that's what you're seeing. Carrie refuses to be on camera so far, but we're going to flip the script on that.
I mean, someday.
Someday. Like tomorrow.
Now.
And so we just get to channel in on Tara's
beautiful mug.
Ugly mug.
That's a beautiful.
Not a lick of makeup on it lately.
You're fine.
It's fine. I do own makeup. Okay.
She does.
This thing is chock full, and I don't know if it's a fourth of my stash to makeup.
It's a beautiful thing.
Most people probably don't know that I do makeup as a job too. Who knew? I've been on kind of a little hiatus on that. But anyway. Okay, so hi friends. I appreciate you for hanging out. Hit the like button, hit the share button, spread us out in the little Facebook universe. Follow us, listen to the podcast. I will post a link to the podcast in the comments when we're done, but we're going to get back to our recording. Hi, Heather. How's that baby? You better bring him down later to see me. Okay, so this morning, I was waiting for you to say, like, you ran all over town and all this, and you got back and realized Derek wasn't buckled in.
Oh, gosh, no.
No. Here's what's funny about that. When I was freshly 21, Cousin Tracy lived in Indianapolis at the time. Yeah. And so she had Taylor, who was... I don't even know really the spread between Taylor and... Well, Taylor must have been about 4 or 5. Yeah. And Madison was literally a month old. I went to see them. Flew out to Indianapolis. My first time flying. That is a whole nother episode in itself. Yeah. And we went to the mall. And it was the first time I'd ever had Johnny Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
And it was my first time ever being in, like, a large downtown scene.
Yeah.
Where we're driving, and there's buildings everywhere, but everything looks like a separate business. And then all of a sudden we go in a parking garage and we walk in and we're in a huge mall.
And you're like, who knew?
I'm like, did I sleep? I missed it? I don't know what this is. And so we were in the mall. We hit up Johnny Rockets, had some good food. And then, also not sponsored by Johnny Rockets, we went somewhere. And Taylor, and I still to this day, I was 21 at the time. So this was 25 years ago. Still to this day, give this kid shit about this. She threw a temper tantrum like you ain't never seen. This shit. It was horrible. This child straight up acted a damn fool. Her mom is dragging her out of the mall. Like... sideways, like I'm fairly certain Tracy had her and Taylor just, horizontal across her. And I'm like, I got the baby. So we get the car seat in the car, we get Taylor in the car, probably had to sit on her to get her seatbelt on, get her strapped in.
Wasn't have to do that.
She's losing her shit. We get home. Now we're in Indianapolis. Okay, we're in traffic. This is a city.
Yeah.
Not a tiny one. This is Sioux Falls.
Like a deal. This is
Watertown.
Yeah,
They got skyscrapers and shit here.
Right.
And we get to Tracy's house in the burbs. I mean, it's probably a 20-minute drive or something. Yeah. We walk in, and we realize we forgot to buckle Maddie back into her car seat.
Oh, did she lose it?
1-month-old baby. We just went through the streets of Indy, the mean streets of Indy. Mm-hmm. We did not have this baby buckled in her car seat.
Yeah.
I still get Taylor shit. Remember that time you tried to kill your sister? She's like, what? I'm like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You threw a fit. We had to leave because you was acting a damn fool, screaming and kicking and you name it.
Hey,
She was doing it.
I had a nephew one time do that to me in the mall. And then when I proceeded to try to pick him up, he screamed, "Let me go. You're not my mom."
Oh, God.
And...
but those kids deserve to be robbed.
Granted, he is a grown man now. Because I was like 16 at the time.
Right.
And we were just supposed to walk out to the car. I think his parents were in the car with his other siblings. And we were looking at the puppies at the puppy store. And I was like, okay, we gotta go. And the next thing you know, he's like, "Don't touch me, you're not my mom." Ah!
Oh my God.
And before I knew it, I just looked at him and I said, "You're right." And then I walked away.
Amen.
He promptly followed me.
I bet he did. He's like, oh, I flipped the switch. John Kerry gonna get sideways now? Yeah.
Yeah. He promptly, I mean, I stayed within eyesight of him. I didn't like, but I was like, you're right, I'm not. I just walked away. Granted, I mean, again, I was also a child at that point.
Right.
Like,
you're not equipped.
yeah, no.
Be patient,
I mean, I don't know if I'm equipped even at any point.
Yeah. I'll start yelling back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So other than the not buckling, I mean, do you have like the morning of all mornings that have never not ingrained in your head on how all the stars align and make your day miserable?
I do not have one like that. So I'm not upset about that.
No, I would be happy if that day, that morning wasn't constantly like burrowed into my brain. Like, but then it always gives me like today's not that day. That day was worse. Like, right.
The only one that's really burrowed into my brain that was like, oh, that makes for a shitty day, was it was Alanis and I was pregnant with Brady. And we lived 7 miles outside of Brookings in an old schoolhouse apartment. And I was getting up and running Alanis into town. So we just moved there. So I didn't know what the bus schedule, all that shit.
Yeah.
So I was riding her into town and it's dusk. The sun's just barely coming up. Mm-hmm. The sun's up, but low enough that it's causing visibility issues. And there's, grass in the ditch, and a fucking deer pops out of the long grass of the ditch.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Tis where we live.
Tis where we live. And I hit that bastard. I just clipped him a little bit with one corner of my car. I didn't screw up my whole front end normal. And I was just like, son of a bitch. And Lance's like, what's wrong, Mom? Because she's 5.
Yeah.
I'm cussing blue streak. Because, my language is a new thing. Or not. And I'm like, she's like, what's wrong, Mom? I'm like, we just hit a goddamn deer. And she's like, oh, we should have that for supper.
What a cutie.
That was pretty cute. But, we're not having it for supper because I didn't hit the bastard hard enough to kill him. They probably just threw a hip out joint and bust my freaking headlight or something. But, I don't have anything major. Here's the thing. It is a known thing. Don't make eye contact with me before coffee. I am not a morning person.
Yeah, me neither.
My body is like, you know what? Hey, boo-boo, it's 5:30. You know what we should do? We should get up.
Yeah, you're actually quite the early riser.
Which I never. I used to be a you.
Yeah.
A billion times over.
Yeah.
I can stay up until 3, 4 in the morning, but to get up at that, nope, not happening. But no, I'm not that way anymore. Now, it's 9 o'clock and I go, I'm just going to go to bed because I'm tired. I mean, again, I'm always tired. But then I wake up stupid ass early. But it gives me time to become friendly.
Yeah.
Because I'm not friendly before coffee.
No.
If one of these kids comes down here and looks at me in the wrong tone of voice.
Right.
It's done. We're done.
Yeah.
This party is over. Because it's about to get real bad. So, okay, before we digress into this, we've talked worst case.
Yeah.
We've talked best case.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what does it really look like every day.
All right.
So for me, I got to get up and have my coffee.
Yeah.
And some days I oversleep, and those days suck.
Yeah.
They suck because I was like, So I get up somewhere between 5:30 and 7 o'clock. Okay. I need to be up by 6:45.
Right.
To make things life easier, I should be up by 6:45. Most days, somewhere between 5:30 or 5:30, 6 o'clock. I wake up, I make my coffee, I sit on my little phone, and I play Board Kings. And then, if I got extra time, if everything is still quiet in the house, I'd bust out my tablet and play Ticket to Ride, which is, my favorite freaking game. I can play it on my phone, but it's so much smaller on my phone than it is my tablet, so it's way bougier on my tablet. If I can't find my tablet, which is a lot of the times, because my daughter uses it, then I just play it on my phone. But I play a game or two until it's time to release the Krakens.
Right.
Okay. Now, as I mentioned in previous episodes, our house is covered in Echo Dots.
Yes.
Covered. All over.
Ours are Googles, but same situation.
Like the kids each have one in their bedroom. I have one in my bedroom, my office, Jeff's office, dining, living room, basement, all the things. And that's how I wake my kids up.
Hey.
Because A, I'm lazy, and B, it's in the mornings, especially my fibro's like, you probably shouldn't do stairs yet.
Yeah, it's maybe isn't your friend at this point.
It's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So I drop in, which we had to change Diem's room name.
Right.
Because we'd say, hey, fire tap, drop in on Diem's room. And it'd say, Diane hasn't granted you drop-in permission. Well, that's funny because I don't have a Diane in my house. Or Liam, or...
Diem is a hard name.
It is. So we literally changed it to room 14.
I like it.
That's what it is. So I drop in, hey, it's time to get up. Now, both my kids that are still at home, I can tell by the tone of their voice when I'm getting ready to disconnect whether or not I'm going to have to drop back in on them again.
Yeah, whether they're really awake or if they're just like,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah, love you too. Bye.
They're snoring on their way out.
Exactly. So I get Diem up. Some mornings she's up before me, which we have created the environment where she knows. You can go ahead and get up before me, but don't look at me. Let me drink my coffee.
That's awesome.
Because if I release the floodgates, it'll be like, Mom, I got to tell you about this YouTube video I saw. Mom, I got to tell you about this meme I saw. Mom, this TikTok.
Early. No.
We're not there yet. I'm not nice. I'm not going to be nice. Yeah. So let's just not talk about it for now.
You don't have patient mommy yet.
She has not shown up to this party. I'm still waiting for her to show up. So, give me a minute. And then I drop it on Carter. And bless his heart, I don't know how that kid, and he listens to our podcast, so hear me when I say Carter. I'm not sure how he's going to manage the adult world.
You know, I thought that with a couple of my older, like our two older ones, I was like, oh, life's going to be rough. They are doing, both of them have jobs. They have to be there earlier than they would have to be school, and they are champs.
Champs? Oh, no.
So, I mean, and I will tell you, Zane in his high school years was...
Oh.
I mean, you've met Zane. You've met Zane.
Yeah, I met the guy.
Yeah, it's, but he's a grown-up. He's champing it, and he gets up and does his thing, and he even works like a semi-office-y job, and he shows up.
Job.
Yeah, he does. He has a great job, and he's a great kid. And Logan works a crazy early morning, just like his daddy, and he's a champ too. And yeah, they figure it out. I think with time they figure it out. So don't feel like you have to stress about that. I mean, there are kids that don't figure it out, but I think he'll be fine.
Literally the other day, I think I woke up at 7:35. We take Diem to the bus because we coddle her like that.
Yeah. You don't coddle her. She's a young child.
Yeah, well, in this town that's coddling.
Oh, okay.
There's kids younger than her that get themselves to the bus stop. Oh. And we usually leave to take her to the bus stop, which is all of a minute away.
Yeah. We
usually are leaving her house around 7:30 to drive the minute up the road to sit there until the buses get there at 7:40 or later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, that's not my world in the morning.
It's so extra. It's ridiculous. So the other morning, I wake up at like 7:35. And I'm like, fire truck! Dropping in the kids, waking them up. And Big Daddy is home. He's on nights. He gets off at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. But he's passed out in the chair.
Yeah.
As he should be, because he just put in a 12-hour workday.
Right.
And I'm like, shh,
So you're like, I can't come out just a flaming because...
Right. Yeah, no, I'm not. This is not on him. This is 100% I slept through this stuff.
Well, no, but you also can't be like loud and super like, get ready to go, kids, get in the car. Yeah. Because you're like, oh, he probably just fell asleep, honestly.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it wasn't horrible. Carter got up. I just made DM ride to school with Carter.
Yeah. Perfectly
it's fine.
Yeah.
Other days, it's way more of a fire than that. But no, the normal day is I get up around anywhere 5:30 to 7, have my coffee, chill out, get DM to the bus, drop in on Carter 5 times to get him woken up, and then we go on with our day.
Yeah.
And then I'm in my office, usually in most mornings, doing something with my engraver.
Yeah.
So what did your shit show chaos morning look like?
Well, so again, my kids are all a little bit older. So we do the drop-in. Ashlyn is a super trooper and is usually up doing her thing. The only time I really have to really wake them up is if for some reason their alarms don't go off, but that's a rarity. Or sometimes I have to be like, okay, you have enough makeup on, put some clothes on.
Oh, yeah. We want more clothes and makeup.
Yeah, makeup is great, and flattering your hair is fabulous, but let's put clothes on and get downstairs.
Yeah.
Like, food is a priority over how much, your mascara is laying right or whatever.
We gotta move.
Yeah. Yes. And Derek, he's the type, he wakes up, he gets dressed, and then if he knows he has a half an hour, oh, you bet he's like you. He is, yes. He's like, I'm going to get my half hour. And then I'll walk in, we have 10 minutes before we have to walk out the door. I'm getting ready for work. And I'll be like, have you had breakfast? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you, my little checklist of things. And he'll be like, but no, I was watching this tablet.
I was busy.
Yeah, so we had to take away that privilege in the morning. So he no longer has tablet privileges or TV privileges in the morning. But yeah, no, my kids are at an age where they pretty much get themselves. We are supposed to be in the car. I live in a beautiful world where my kids start my car for me. I know, it's a beautiful thing.
Meanwhile, I start my 17-year-old's car. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no.
Tell me more.
No.
Tell me more about this fantasy land you live in.
Yeah, so usually they get up, they get themselves 100% ready to go. They eat breakfast. I give them like a 10-minute, hey, are you guys all ready to go in 10 minutes? And sometimes it's a, yep, I'm ready to go. And sometimes it's a, oh, it's only 10 minutes. It just depends.
I thought you meant 10 hours.
I thought we were, and then, yeah, we zoom through, do the drop-off. I have 3 kids at 3 different schools. So
that's crazy.
So, yeah, it's just a through the town, drop everybody off at their designated points. By this time, I usually turn around, get home, get all my work stuff together, make myself my big jug of coffee. Mind you, this whole time I have not had coffee. That's no. My coffee is post. Unless, like this morning, my kids had spring break, and I woke up this morning, got ready for work, and my daughter had already got up, let the dogs out, and then she goes, Mom, coffee's done. I made a whole pot. And I went, oh, you are a saint. And I love you. And she's like, well, yeah. And the next thing you know, everybody's having a cup of coffee with Mom before she leaves for work.
That makes sense.
But yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, if I am on my game and am ready for work and wake up at the proper time and do all the things, I can say, hey, can somebody make me a cup of coffee? And we'll all head out at the same time. But most mornings, I usually come back to the house and finish up everything else and get all of my work stuff aligned and then head out. Right. But yeah, when my kids were little, I did do you pick up your clothes the night before.
Oh, God.
That's not really a necessity now because, again, they're all older. But when they were little, every night before bed, we would pick out their clothes. We would talk about what we were going to have for breakfast. Not saying that it always came true.
Right.
But just so that, like, in the morning, there are bagels. We're going to have bagels. Don't think you're going to have cereal because this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you kind of have to prepare them, especially when you have, there's nothing worse than having 4 children at home, and there's one bagel, and they all wanted a bagel for breakfast. And then only the one child that got up and did it first, and then you have meltdown, and that was so we'd always have like a discussion like, this is what we have, that everybody gets this, because I'm not doing this. I'm not waking up to somebody
having
screaming.
the bagel war of 2025.
Like, it's not necessary. Again, now they're all older, it's totally fine. But yeah, I used to be a little bit more organized, because again, you would have kids that had to go to school and kids that had to go to daycare and I had a job where I had to be there by a certain time. Like, I'm not really great at the punching a clock kind of.
Yeah, no.
It's not my strong suit.
Right.
I'm not built for that. There's too many variables in my morning. Daycare drop-offs could take me 20 minutes, or I'd be like kicking them out and being like, daycare lady, you got this piece of...
I'm having to duck and roll on the curb.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is another one where you and I are different, because if I had a job, or I do have a job where I don't have to punch a time clock.
Yeah.
I don't do it for shit. I need the policies and the procedures and the structure.
Right.
I am like an unruly child. I need the policies, procedures, and the structure.
Yes. Built in and ready to go.
Oh, I'm supposed to be there by 8. See you at 7:40.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there early.
I was never good.
Early.
Yeah, I was never good at that.
Yeah, no.
I'm supposed to be there at 8. I'll roll in between 7:55 and 8:05. Hope those work. Yeah. Like, I just and I will say, when I worked in like a store structure, I scheduled. Like, some places would only schedule, well, you were one, where you only scheduled 15 minutes before opening and 15 minutes after closing. I did a half hour.
Right.
I always did a half an hour. And for me, it was like, well, then that gives me some leeway. So I'm 5 minutes late.
That's fair. That's fair.
And that was my, where if I did 15 and then I was 5 minutes late, my day was shot. Like, that was unacceptable. Yeah. So that's where I just built in that little extra cushion so that I still had time to do all the things. Right. Where I knew if I scheduled myself at 15 minutes before opening, I'd show up 3 minutes before opening, and that would be a real big problem. Yeah. So. Yeah,
that's, in my network marketing business, which we know is a whole different episode. Don't start with the pyramid scheme.
I didn't.
You were thinking about it. When I was saying my network marketing, in your head, you're saying your pyramid scheme.
I didn't say. Again, I have respect for what the products are. I have respect for what the people are doing to do that. I don't have like the core of it.
We are legit going to do an entire episode on this. Okay. 100%. So, in my 8 years of doing that with Unique, I don't know how many training courses I've been part of with some magnificent leaders. Yeah. I mean, these are the cream of the crop kind of leader people. Mm-hmm. My favorite one actually was an ambassador like me, and then ended up going to work for corporate. Yeah. So when she's preaching, she's practiced it, right? She's not just a big paycheck that says, you should do it this way, but I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, she actually knows. Yeah. And, I don't know how many times we've had the conversation. You got to book time for your business. You got to book time. Literally book time to take a break. Yeah. This is why I've bought 1,000,005 planners, and I've never done anything with them. Schedule your time. Yes. And if I did that, if I sat down and went, okay, for the next 2 hours, I'm making Easter stuff on my engraver. Yeah. And then for an hour after that, I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to do my makeup. I'll do a live, sling some unique stuff, make a little bit of content. And then I'm going to take a break. If I did that, holy hell.
You'd rule the world.
I would rule the world. Right. Instead, the raving squirrels up here, because it's not ducks in a row. We know that.
Just burrowing away at your brain.
It's just burrowing away at my brain. It's like, okay, I got the kids off. Okay, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go in my office. Maybe I'll finish the taxes. I'll do some engraving for some Easter stuff. Oh, look at this piece over here. I still haven't finished this, and oh Jesus, I gotta get this. It's like when I clean my house. Right. It's a damn shit show, and that's my day.
Yeah, and then you just stir around in circles. Yeah.
And if I get out of the house, I'm never coming back.
Yeah. You're like, I
I'm
checked.
feral.
I checked. Yeah, I checked out. Yeah.
What? I'm out in the world. You'd think I'd never been out before. I'm out in the world. I'm gonna see all the people.
I'm gonna spend all day here. I'm not going
do
back
the
till I have
things.
to.
I got no fucking money, but I'm gonna do all the things.
I'm gonna look at all the things.
All
I'm
of
gonna
them.
look at all the things.
Oh, don't send me to Watertown unsupervised.
Right.
I'll
That
be there
one
for
day you were
hours.
there all day.
All day.
All day.
Because I piddle dick around because I'm in public. And what if I see somebody I know, then I got to talk to them for a half hour to catch up on life and tell them about my new podcast. And then I got it's, oh my God.
It's wild. Yeah. So I am fairly good. So the part that I'm not great at, I'm a notebook. Again, I'm born in the wrong generation. I love a good notebook. I love a good writing down. The reality of my job is supposed to be 100% digital. Like, you're supposed to track everything digitally. That's not for me. It's hard. I find myself having to schedule time to do the digital work, when reality is I should just do it while I'm doing it. Like,
so you're giving yourself twice the workload.
I absolutely do every day.
Dumb.
And I'm not, and I need to work on that. It's definitely one of my downfalls. But at the end of the day,
Does the work get done?
yeah. Oh gosh, yes. Yeah. Like, I get it done. I just probably put in more effort than I should.
Right.
Because I insist on making sure that I have, because I like a clean, quiet space too.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
So there's a reality. It's like, oh, well, I'm in my car, but I and then all of a sudden I'm like, I'll just wait until I'm home, and when I can concentrate and focus on it, and then I'm going to sit at my house and I'm going to shut off, and close myself into a room and get these things done. Which the reality is, I should have just taken the 5 minutes instead of stacking those 5 minutes throughout my 8-hour day and then taking 3 hours in the evening to get something done.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we take a minute and shout out this past weekend?
Yes.
We should. So my sister, who is 18 months older than me, just ignore the background noise, who is 18 months older than me, is getting married Memorial Day weekend. Woo! Which, whatever, we're gonna have another conversation about that. But not my circus, not my monkeys. It's the day she wanted. That's fine. It is what it is. First off, a couple months ago, she tells me, I decided I'll let you throw me a shower.
Joke's on you.
I'm sorry, what? First thing I said is, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, you're letting me.
You thought I was asking permission. Really? That's fine. Now, given she's 47 years old, and so she's like, it's not my first marriage. And I'm like, well, your first one didn't count.
Well, and again, celebrate how
the,
you want
your
to,
Robbie's love, right?
Yeah.
So we planned it out. We had a great
It
time.
was a blast.
I made the mistake of asking Miss Carrie if she would come to help.
See, she asked me to help. She asked for my help.
Yes, but Carrie took that next level.
No,
and thought that was her only job, was to be the worker bee. She wasn't supposed to be enjoying herself.
I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
I did. I had a great time.
Yeah, but there were times I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you hiding in the room during the shower? Like, get the fuck out here and shower with us. Like, we're having good conversation. We're having good laughs. Like, you don't got to be hiding. Well, I'm just here to help. The hell if you are. Get out here. You're La Familia. Get out here.
Yeah, we had a good time.
You had a blast. It did not go the way I pictured it to go. So I thought, in my head, of course, I didn't have it down on paper, so that's probably why it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Was that we would get there Friday, we'd get checked in. So we stayed at a local Airbnb. Some great friends of mine got us a good Airbnb. We love them for it. Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. If you guys need referral to an Airbnb in this area, let me know. I'll hook you up. Not with a discount or anything. I'll just get you names.
It was a really nice place.
It was a very nice place and slept like,
God, I don't know, 1 million.
Yeah. Let me see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And then couches. Yeah. And plenty of room for earbuds.
Yeah.
So I pictured we would get there, get all the groceries put away, everybody kind of get settled in. We would have supper. We would shoot the breeze. We would chill. Mm-hmm. Wake up Saturday, do the bridal shower, party it up Saturday night. This is not what happened, my friends. This is not what happened. What had happened was, we got there, got the groceries put away,
Oh, that was a good time.
did the pleasantries, and then got real shit hammered.
Yeah.
We got... My sister was
I heard her.
way more hammered than the rest of us.
She was a great time.
My niece busts out 3 containers of freaking Jell-O shots.
They were delicious.
And we're not talking your standard, here's some orange Jell-O with some vodka in it.
Oh.
Malibu pineapple.
Which was the best. It was very, very good.
Margarita.
Was to kill you in it. And it to kill you.
I did not try those. Miranda's response to the salt on them. I was like, nope, not for me.
No, they actually were really good. I didn't try the whatever the red one was.
Raspberry, I'm assuming just vodka.
Yeah.
Which I love all things raspberry, so give me the things.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of those.
Fabulous.
We had enough booze there to kill a third world country.
Right.
It was insane.
It was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And they had a great time.
We had a blast.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was fun. It was a ton of fun. She had a great combination of friends and family, and everybody was so sweet and so welcoming and such a good time. And yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
It did have weather.
Yes.
The weather wasn't as bad as it made it out to be.
But it did.
But by that point, people had made the decision that they weren't going to risk it.
Yeah.
And so that sucked. But we had a good time.
Yeah.
And you know what? Okay. I'm going to challenge our listeners. Next time you have a get-together where there's a lot of females, this is the assignment I'm going to give you. And I do this. Every female get-together I'm at.
She's a lunatic.
Every one of them. Except usually it's a game of, okay, so what we do is I make the speech about how women are assholes to each other and we need to stop.
Yeah.
Women need to be uplifting and empowering each other. Like, there's enough dicks in the world. We don't need to be that way to each other, right? Let's be encouraging. And so at my sister's shower, it was, we're going to go around the room and everybody's going to say one thing they love about my sister.
So sweet. So I cried the entire time. And granted, I know your sister and I've known your sister for a very long time. But it's not like me and her are best friends.
Right.
We're only linked through you. And I cried the entire time because they were just, it was so sweet and so sentimental and so just, it was a great little thing. Although, I don't want to play that game every time. I don't want to cry. It could have been a complete stranger on that. That was the center of, and I would have cried for them.
Right.
I cry if the commercial is too sad.
Oh, I get it.
I cry at children's concerts that my kid's not even in. Like when we go to concerts and the other classes, if they sing a song that is particularly emotional or they do a really good job, or I'll cry. And my daughter has looked at me and been like, Mom, none of your kids are even up there. And I was like, I know, but they're just so little and cute. And I'm a lunatic. I don't want to play that game. That's not fun.
You're in touch with your emotional side. That doesn't make you
lunatic. I think I'm broken and I cry at everything.
Oh, that's so funny. So I would cry at a complete stranger's funeral.
Yeah. I'm talking a child which again, the new orchestra teacher is fabulous. They did the theme song to Star Wars, and they were violins, and they taped glow sticks to their violins and then shut all the lights off and played it. And I bawled during that just because it was so, like, you could tell the kids were so excited to do it.
And proud.
Proud to do it. And all the parents, and like the moment when they shut off the lights and you saw these glow sticks going and they were working on, I started crying, and literally I was like, none of my kids are on that stage.
Literally nothing. Yes.
I don't know. I don't even know a single kid up on that stage.
But yes.
It
evokes emotion. It does. But that's okay. Sometimes people need that permission to get emotional and to accept.
Yeah, well, maybe to accept the good things.
Accept the good things. Yeah. So when I do it in a function where it's not about one person, we do it for everybody. Ugh. As in, we're going to start with Carrie. Everybody's going to go around and say one thing they love about Carrie. And then we're going to move on to Tara. And everybody's going to go around and say one thing they love about Tara. And then we're going to move on to Felicia and Shaniqua and Shanae, the system chick. Everybody. everybody's going to get their cup filled. Everybody is going to be surrounded and flooded with positivity because we tell ourselves enough bad shit. We need several somebodies to tell us something good. And it's emotional.
Yeah, I'm not for that. That doesn't sound like fun.
It's great. It's great.
Miserable.
The first time I did it was when we were at convention in Phoenix.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I want to say Phoenix. Some of these girls I had never met in person.
Yeah.
I'd never met in person. A few of them I didn't know at all.
Yeah.
But just from our time hanging out at convention, one night we ended up at one of their Airbnbs in the pool having some cocktails, having
having a good time, getting to know each other, yeah.
Some of these girls I idolized.
Yeah.
If you don't, I'm going to do a shameless plug here for my girl Chelsea Joe Hampton. If you are on TikTok and Facebook and don't know who Chelsea Joe is, you're living under a rock.
Okay. I mean,
especially in the makeup world, she was born in the wrong era. She's a super hipster. She's freaking gorgeous. Yeah. I mean, gorgeous. Makeup skills to just die for. She is a big time earner.
Yeah.
In my company, in Unique.
Yeah.
I idolize this woman, even still to this day. And anybody that knows Chelsea Joe knows that when she starts her videos, it say, "Hey, what's shaking bacons?" When people see her in public, they're like, "What's shaking bacons?" Like,
oh, cute.
I love Chelsea Joe. I'll introduce you after. But like, this is my first time seeing her in person, and I am fangirling so stupid, and yet she's complimenting me on how confident I am.
Hey, we've talked about this. Your ability to take up space in a room is something that people don't always understand. And
I didn't understand her compliment. I was like, I'm not confident at all. I just don't give a shit what people think about me. And they're like,
that's called confidence, honey.
That's being pretty confident.
I'm pretty sure if you look up what confidence is, it's the ability to not care.
Not give a shit. I mean, I do care what people think about me, but at the same time, I'm also very much in the mindset that other people's opinion of me is none of my business.
Right. That's on them.
Thank you. Who's the author? Girl Wash Your Face. Rachel Hollis.
Yeah, I get you're like a self-help girly. And I mean, I like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm the first to like compliment someone or be the happy person. If anybody's ever, met me, I'm probably the smiley one. I'm definitely, but I struggle with that, like that vibe. Like I said, for your sister, it was amazing. It was so sweet, but I cried the whole time.
Right.
Like, for me, if that would have been directed towards me, I would have been horribly uncomfortable.
Right.
Like, not in a like, oh, this is positive and this is good, but I literally would have been like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Right.
So I get what you're going for, and I think it's amazing, and I think everybody should uplift the person next to them, or, what I mean, share kind words and be, a ray of sunshine for the person next to you. Smiles are contagious and all that jazz.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I have no interest in some random stranger telling me anything ever. I have no,
and I'm 100% that random stranger.
Yeah, like you're the person that thrives on that, and I'm the person that's like, I would rather crawl under a rock than have someone go, okay, everybody look at Carrie and tell something. No, get away from me and don't talk to me.
I'm also the person who, if I see somebody in the store, but damn, this girl just got herself put together today, she looked good.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell her she looks good.
Yeah. No, I would never want that. I would never give. I would smile at her as I passed her, but I would never open my mouth.
Oh, yeah, no, I will. It's even funny when they got a man with them, because I'll be like, hey, I don't know if your man told you this yet today, but you're looking really good. I'm like, did you tell her yet? No? Step it up. Like, I'm totally that guy.
Yeah, no, you are. I've witnessed it.
You've witnessed it.
Yeah. I've witnessed it.
I was a few tequilas into the night at that point. Okay, just mind your business. That was a little next level.
No, I've witnessed it even at, like I said, at the grocery store. You'll be like, "Oh, you are adorable. Has anybody told you how adorable you are?" And that is great, and that is uplifting, and that is beautiful. That is not me.
No.
Nah, I will smile.
Which I think works into next week's episode, because next week's episode is about the difference between the intro and the extrovert.
Oh.
And holy hell, we got a laundry list of differences.
We do.
Maybe we need to make a physical list.
I think it's a great.
You probably will.
I love a list.
There's your assignment.
I check mark. Got it.
Maybe we can stay on task. Probably not.
Probably not.
But
Probably
maybe.
not. This whole was supposed to be about morning routines, and we got into inspirational speeches.
So what we want you to do is we want you to comment wherever it is you comment on these posts. Yeah, I don't know where.
You should. So if you're listening to this podcast, I'm a Spotify girl.
Right.
I'm a Spotify girly. I listen to a ton. Put comments on Spotify. I almost put a comment, but then I was like, I don't think that's something I should do.
Dude, you're on Spotify, and it took my kid telling me that only one episode was uploaded to Spotify.
I listened to all 3 of them.
Not on Spotify.
You would be wrong. Literally, the last time we recorded, I listened to the second.
Really?
Yes, on Spotify.
On Spotify, not Ella too.
No, I only listen on Spotify. I'm following us on Spotify.
I literally just had to upload the other 2 episodes today.
I listened. So, no, I listened to all 3 of them. Did you maybe click a button and take it off? Because the day we recorded, I listened to it on the way here.
Okay.
So our last episode, I just listened to today, but the episode previous to that, I listened to on the way here to record the episode.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, I was on there. I've been on there a couple times going, I don't understand. Maybe I'm just, at first I was like, I just obviously don't see it somewhere. I'm missing the bus. Yeah. And Carter's like, Mom, Spotify only has 1 episode. So I had to go in and update and install upload the other 2 today.
No,
that's funny. Either way,
I listened to all of them.
Okay.
Which sounds crazy, and I'm so sorry if I'm a weirdo for listening to them. I don't know.
Somebody's got to support us, Carrie. It's fine.
But yeah, comment on Spotify.
So, I got cups coming. I'm gonna make cups.
I love it.
So anybody doesn't know, I do sublimation. Look into it. I do engraving. I do sublimation. I do vinyl. I literally do all the freaking things.
She's the master of
but
all.
I don't know about master. Jack of all trades, yes. Master of none. But so I got some cups coming. So we'll have some merch. Yay. I ordered us some hoodies.
Woohoo!
So we're gonna have the mom, wife, workaholic on the front.
Nice.
And then mine's gonna say, Tara, what was my catchphrase? Shit, we forgot already. We'll remember. It'll come back.
Cut from a different cloth.
Oh, I'm cut different. I'm made different.
Made different.
Built different.
Built different. I don't know. Something. You'll figure it out.
We got to come up with one for Carrie. So if you think of something like, I don't know, professional cry or anything, comment wherever it is you're watching the podcast or listening to the podcast. Comment what you think Carrie's catchphrase should be. Yeah. Mine is going to be built different. And that'll be on the back. So literally, if we're out in public, people are going to go, holy shit, it's Carrie.
Because
your shirt's going to say it. Yeah.
Never wearing that shirt out.
Hell of you ain't. Boo boo. So yeah, if you want a cup,
reach out.
Yeah, reach out. I'll just start selling cups. It'll say mom, wife, workaholic. Yeah. Workaholic. We have flyers coming that we're gonna post, so people literally can walk up and scan our QR code.
I love it.
Because we're bougie as shit like that.
Yeah.
We got business cards coming with our QR code on it.
Nice.
Hot pink everything.
Right?
Obviously.
It's the color.
Thank
it's the
God.
Color. Yeah.
Thank God we like pink. So yeah, we got business cards on the way. We got flyers on the way. And I ordered, I think, like 25 flyers. So literally, you see a gas station, poke it in there. Take it to every salon you work for. You're going to need more, won't you? But yeah, that's my plan. All the bars and local establishments. Yeah. I'm going to put it up so we can get us more followers and listeners. Nice. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all the things we want. We need to blow up because We're really tired of the broke bitch life.
Yeah. And again, this has been such a fun.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's been so fun. I mean, other than your dog is losing its shit again, but
So,
yeah. You can hear him just losing. I don't know if you can hear him, but we can hear him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a blast. I've really enjoyed it. And
it really has been fun.
It's been good.
My husband gives me the weekly criticism, and he's not critical at all. He's like, I think you should maybe do this, or maybe you should talk about this, or maybe this. And there's the one thing that's not a maybe. You gotta get Carrie on the fucking camera.
Oh, yeah. I mean, maybe in a perfect world when I have, maybe we'll see.
You guys, seriously, we're gonna talk about this every episode until we get her on. If you didn't see the picture I posted this past weekend, I actually had makeup on. I was done up. So we took some pictures together, so we had some content pictures. And she looks all good like that every time she's sitting here. I look like haggard hell doing Facebook Lives. I posted to YouTube. And I'm like, my hair is a hot mess, and I got a stitch of makeup on. When I get on here with makeup on, people are going to be like, who the hell is this broad? Is this that Carrie chick? No, it's Tara.
Super, super funny, the pictures that you used. It's fine. I was real bummed about my hair. Like, I needed a fresh cut. Like, I look at that picture, and I see the 100,000 things that I would change. It's fine.
Why is that?
I'm not going to...
Because we're critical of ourselves.
I'm not going to do anything about it. I'm going to be okay. It'll be fine. But I ain't about that. Like,
Here's
that's
the thing.
not.
What's going to happen is we're going to get rid of the business cards so quickly
that we'll be able to order new ones, and I can do my hair and makeup the way I want
Yes,
to.
absolutely. Okay, friends, have a fabulous evening. We appreciate you hanging out with us again. I am Tara,
and I'm Carrie.
We are mom, wife, workaholics. Like, share, do all the things. Comment
on Spotify. I want to see comments.
Yes, tell your friends. Be like, these broads are crazy.
Yeah,
they have zero
filter.
No filter. God, no filter. No filter. No plan. No direction. They're just
hot mess express all the way. Hot mess express.
I'm the crazy driving this train. We know this.
Yes.
As it says on our business cards. But no, we appreciate you hanging out with us. We appreciate all the support so far, and we can't wait to hang out with you more. You guys have a great night. Hi, friends. Hi, Mallory. What's up, girls and guys?
People.
So, there we go. Another podcast down. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. I hope everybody hit the share button. You guys, last I checked, our last recording, 2,500 views. I'm here for it. I am here for it. Let's blow up. Okay. I love you, friends. Thanks for hanging out with us. Talk to you later. Oh, my God.